Here's how you know that someone is a really good parent, like the best kind of parent. And this goes back to a simple parenting rule articulated by the German poet Goethe, who wrote, "A great parent gives their child two things. The first must be roots, the second, wings." And what he meant is that you have to make a child feel safe and loved and nurtured and supported. That's what he calls roots. It means you teach them right from wrong and who they are. But more than that, you have to learn to let them go. You have to gently encourage them to leave the nest. And this is what Goethe calls giving them wings. It's encouraging them to become the person they were meant to be, and yet telling them that no matter what happens, there is always a place they can call home, a place where they are loved. A great parent, perhaps even a perfect parent, gives their child two things. The first must be roots, the second, wings. If you'd like to receive more quotes via email, see my Substack. Here's how you know somebody is a good person, that they are a kind-hearted individual. And this goes back to a simple personality test that was articulated by the German poet Goethe, who put it like this: "You can judge the heart of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him." And what he meant is that a good person, a kind and decent person, treats everybody as their equal, grants them the dignity and grace of seeing them as real human beings. A good person never puts themselves above others. They never have a sense of pride or a sense of being better than other people. A good person sees people as being equally deserving of love, kindness, and grace. That's what it means to be a good person. He who treats those with dignity who can do nothing for him. See my Substack for more. Here's how you know somebody is a good parent. And this is a simple rule about parenting that goes back to the German poet Goethe, who once wrote, "To our children, we must give at least two things. The first must be roots. The second must be wings." And essentially what he meant is that a good parent gives a child a safe home, makes them feel protected and secure and loved, but also creates the conditions for the child to become independent, for the child to thrive, to spread its wings and leave the nest, knowing, of course, that it is always welcome to return. And these two things for Goethe are key to good parenting, that you give them a sense of place where the child is from, that they feel loved, but that you also allow them to grow and to thrive and to become independent. Good parenting gives the child roots, but it also gives them wings. Here's a simple personality test. And this goes back to a simple quote by the author Tolkien, who once wrote, "I have found that it is the everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay. It is small acts of kindness and love." And first of all, you know somebody's a good person, like simple personality test, if they like Tolkien. I think that's a green flag in general. But this is also part of Tolkien's theory about kindness and courage. In fact, Tolkien basically argues that it takes courage to be kind, and that vice versa. It's not about the big, heroic statements. It's about the small, little things, empathy and compassion, like the way in which Bilbo, when he is kind and empathetic to Gollum, sets into motion the untold consequences of the story to come. In fact, as the poet William Wordsworth once wrote, "There is no such thing as a small act of kindness, for every act has untold ripple effects." Tolkien believed that a good person had the courage to be kind. It was the smallest deeds that mattered most. Here's how you know somebody is a bad person. And this is a simple rule and observation about human nature that was articulated by the Russian author Tolstoy, who once wrote, "A bad and arrogant person considers themselves to be perfect. A good and kind person knows themselves to be imperfect." And essentially what he meant is that a bad person tends to be narcissistic. They believe that they are beyond reproach. No matter what they say or do, they think it is right and true. Whereas a good person wants to grow every day. A good person realizes that nobody is perfect. This means that to be good is also to be accepting of other people's imperfections, hoping that if you treat them as you would like to be treated as well, the world will thereby become a better place. Hence, a bad person believes that they are absolutely good. As Hegel once wrote, evil is simply the good which believes itself to be absolutely good. Whereas a kind and good person believes that they are not beyond reproach, that they can grow each and every day. That is what it means to be bad or good.